Okay, so we don't have anything left out of First Peter or Second Peter, so don't have to worry about checking that. We will stay with the New Living and just keep an eye on things. For you have been a born again, but not to a life that will quickly end. Your new life will last forever because it comes from the eternal living Word of God. People are like grass. Their beauty is like a flower in the field. The grass withers and the flower fades, but the word of the Lord remains forever. I guess we're talking about the human body. People are like grass, the flesh. Get over there and get into some King James on that one. For all flesh is as grass. And so again, flesh. Did they mention flesh in there? No, they just said people are like grass. So that's why I said, yeah, it's probably talking about like the flesh. And the glory of man as the flower of the grass withereth, the flower thereof falleth away. But the word of the Lord endureth forever. And this is the word which by the gospel is preached unto you. And that word is the good news that is preached to you. So get rid of all evil behavior. And of course, the Lord beats that out of you. Hebrews 12, 6-8, King James Version. For whom the Lord loveth, I thought he loved everybody. No. He will lock you down and beat the world out of you. If you're without it, which all of God's sheep are partakers, then you're a bastard. You're not a son. That's when Jesus says, I never knew you, because he literally never knew you. Again, just start at the beginning of all this. Make sure, is this in my proper playlist? Or, yeah, the Saturday Bible study. It kicks it off. That's Saturday Bible study in Peter. Or it's also in Daniel. You want to make sure you listen to that one. That's one of the best Bible studies I've ever done, especially on that subject. So the Lord will get rid of all your evil behavior by beating the world out of you. But he's saying it as a matter of factly, as if you have free will. And that's the parable of the New Testament. Jesus spoke in parables. Jesus is the word. The word is one big parable. Half is written as if you have choices and free will to do something, when it's really just a warning saying, well, you were told to do this. I mean, Peter said, he told you, right? He told you, get rid of the evil behavior, but can you on your own? No. That's the quandary. That's the mystery of faith. That's not taught in any of your churches. Like newborn babies, you must crave pure spiritual milk so that you will grow into a full experience of salvation. And the Lord, of course, begins that process. Cry out for this nourishment, increase our faith, as they said, as I showed y'all in that Saturday study. Now that you have had a taste of the Lord's kindness, you are coming to Christ, who is the living cornerstone of God's temple. He was rejected by the bloodline of the true Jewish race, the lineage, but he was chosen by God for great honor. And you are living stones that God is building into a spiritual temple. What's more, you are his holy priest. Through the mediation of Jesus Christ, you offer spiritual sacrifices that please God. What is that spiritual sacrifice? It's the burning off of the flesh on a daily basis. For the scriptures say, I am placing a cornerstone in Jerusalem, chosen for great honor, and anyone who trusts in him will never be disgraced. Yes, you who trust in him recognize the honor God has given him. But for those who reject him, the stone that the builders rejected has now become the cornerstone. Ye also, as lively stones, are built up a spiritual house and holy priesthood, to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to God by Jesus Christ. That basically is here where it says, if the world hate you, you know that it hated me before I hated you. But if you were of the world, see, it's you no longer being of the world, that's your sacrifice. Your spiritual sacrifices, which are acceptable to God, is the fact that you're coming out of the world. Because friendship with the world is hatred to God. But I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. So being hated by the world is your sacrifice. And that's what the Lord does, is he locks you down. See the scourging? That's a beating. Close to death, but you don't quite die. Just like the chemotherapy almost kills you, but it kills the cancer right before it kills you. Yeah. Let's move on to Daniel. Continue on with the saga. He answered and said to Arioch, the king's captain, why is the decree so hasty from the king? Then Arioch made the thing known to Daniel, told him the whole story. Then Daniel went in and desired of the king that he would give him time, that he would show the king the interpretation. Then Daniel went to his house and made the thing known to Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, still giving the Israelite names. Okay. I thought that was pretty much over with. But later on, it'll be Shadrach, Mishael, and Abednego. So just know the difference. You know, it's Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. I guess I need to copy and paste that, don't I? And keep that like okay. We'll put it in the middle. Okay. That way, when we get to the others, names, I'll have this as a quick reference. I'll go, remember that was Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. And Daniel chapter 1, King James Version, Bible Gateway. So yeah, there we go. Shadrach, comma, Meshach, and Abednego. And to Hananiah of Shadrach, Mishael, Meshach, and Azariah, Abednego. so that we won't get confused. I'll always have this as a reference for you. And since we've spent all this time today pounding it in, y'all won't forget it anymore either, right? You'll always know what all this is. Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, or Shadrach, Mishael, and Abednego. Good deal. Yeah. But Daniel proposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with a portion of the king's. Oof, I'm still in Daniel 1 over there. Cut. That they would desire mercies of God from heaven concerning this secret, that Daniel and his fellows should not perish with the rest of the wise men of Babylon. That's what he told Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Then was the secret revealed unto Daniel in a night vision. Then Daniel blessed the God of heaven. Daniel answered and said, Blessed be the name of God forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. And he changed the times and the seasons, talking about God. He removed the kings and set up kings. He giveth wisdom to the wise and the knowledge to them that know understanding. He revealeth the deep and secret things. He knoweth what is in the darkness, and the light dwelleth with him. I thank thee and praise thee, O thou God of my fathers, who hast given me wisdom and might, and has made known unto me what we desired of thee, for thou hast now made known unto us the king's matter. Well, I love that. That closes that at the bottom of that page, right at 23. That's a perfect ending to this very long chapter. We'll get into the rest of it tomorrow. Love you very much. Ask questions anytime. That's what I'm here for.